Hello, we're with Simon Bird here from Dotmailer, and we're here to talk about TechSmart. Simon, thank you very much for making the time. We're excited that you're coming to TechSmart. Perhaps could you tell me a little bit about your own background at Dotmailer?
Certainly. So I was one of the co-founders of Dotmailer, which we started 16 years ago. And when we co-founded the business, it wasn't an email marketing company at the time. We were a web development agency. So we actually built websites for commercial companies and actually lots of charities. And we had a content management platform. And it was only after a couple of years that we then got into the whole email marketing business, which is now our sole focus.
Great. And of course, Dotmailer is one of the more established email marketing tools and providers in the sector. What kind of trends are you seeing in the sector at the moment?
So yeah, one of the trends I think is sort of going up against some of the marketing clouds, and also around the terminology within the kind of CRM world. You know, what people are calling a lead, versus an opportunity. So I think as many organisations, they're all trying to get to the single customer view. They really want to understand their users, and that's a challenge. You have two options really. You can either throw everything away and go with one provider, which is often a gargantuan task, or you can try and integrate best of breed and kind of build your own stack. And I think it's perhaps through doing that you get the opportunity to actually fix all the things that you need to get the best results.
Great. Okay. And in a more crowded market, there are new entrants coming into the market every year or two, and actually sometimes more frequently. How do Dotmailer differentiate yourselves? Why would somebody choose to work with Dotmailer instead of working with this or that other provider?
It's a good question. I think Dotmailer's interesting, very strong in B2B and B2C. So we don't have a specific focus. Actually, our user base is split almost 50-50.
And of course, the majority of people coming to TechSmart are from NFP organisations, membership bodies, charities, across B2B and B2C engagement. How can Dotmailer add value to those kind of projects?
So the key thing I think we see is it's very much about data, and these days very much about automation. So if you have enough data, then you can automate a lot of your marketing, a lot of your messaging.
Sure.
And systems these days are luckily built to share data much more easily. So you might be using a collection of third-party tools. Dotmailer is very good at being able to suck that data in and then actually use it to trigger a message. So someone might, for instance, have entered a marathon run to raise money. You could get information out of Just Giving for who actually then turned up, what their time was, how much they were received in sponsorship, and then include that in your messaging, and also your messaging decision making, more importantly.
Great, okay. And what we're seeing at the moment as well is that there's a huge amount of pressure on price per email. Would you say that's the right foundation to compare suppliers?
Very much, no. It's an interesting one because I think in any market you get commoditization or commodification of a product, especially with something like email, which has always been predominantly seen as quite a cheap mechanism.
Sure.
It's been low cost. To do good email marketing these days, it's not really just about the cost of sending an email. It's the cost of storing data, the cost of manipulating that data, using more advanced functionality. So I think you have to look at the total cost of ownership.
Right, and so you're not aiming to compete purely on price per email. How would you say you differentiate yourselves from other providers? Why should people choose Dotmailer?
So yeah, it's an interesting question. We are always trying to be cost conscious, certainly with not-for-profits as well. And by having a flexible platform and having a certain amount of agility, we feel that we can allow people to think big but start small and scale quickly. And that's that agility that I think we can bring to customers. Dust off your data, engage your supporters. Yes, because I think lots of businesses, and especially those in the not-for-profit sector, are actually very good at collecting data. That's not their problem. I think it's using that data, using it effectively, and being agile with it. So we'd like to take anyone that comes to see the talk through an example program, marketing automation program, that uses data to send either supporters or donors or members through specific messaging channels, understanding who that person is, when they last interacted with you, how much they may have donated, in an effort to automate that messaging to increase engagement. Also, to feed in back to the donor or supporter things that the charity may have achieved using their money or using their membership, so that the recipients, getting really deep, engaged messaging conversation that's informing them about what the organisation is doing. So it's really kind of closing that loop, and data, we think, is a key part of that. And that data generally resides in the CRM system.
Great. Okay, dust off your data. That sounds like an interesting topic. Looking at the future of the sector now, how do you think the future is looking for Dotmailer in the sector?
Yeah, good. I mean, at Dotmailer we're embarking on global expansion quite a lot. We've been in North America now for a couple of years. We're over in Asia, in Australia as well. And for us, because we're not selling a marketing cloud, we're selling what we feel is a best-of-breed email marketing platform that integrates with CRM products and other tools. By going global, that allows us to increase our reach of partners, so we can bring in other technology from other continents and allow those to work with our email marketing platform, Dotmailer, and the CRM system, and give people access to that kind of technology. And obviously North America is a rich hunting ground for sophisticated partners. So we're able to strike up relationships and deals with those particular people, get the engagements, get the integrations built, and help deliver that as a coherent solution for our customers.
And can you think of an example of that, where, of course, people in the UK running a charity or running a membership body would like to know where the benefit of that is to them. So if you could think of an example.
Yeah, so I mean, Magento is an interesting one. Magento is an e-commerce platform,
Sure.
one of the fastest growing. And over the years, we've built many bespoke e-commerce systems for charities wanting to sell Christmas cards, wanting to sell T-shirts, all that kind of stuff, that traditionally are expensive to maintain. The security, card payments is all particularly difficult. And I should imagine that a lot of charities that might be re-evaluating, or not-for-profits that are re-evaluating their e-commerce platform, they might look at Magento. And Dotmailer has a very good integration with Magento, and we're able to deeply synchronize the data, allow for triggered messaging, transactional messaging. And that's a relationship. Magento are a West Coast business, and being out in America allows us to kind of have that partnership with them.
Great. That's a really good example. Thank you very much for making the time.
Great, thank you, Alan.